YouTube? It's your boy Gaming Dad, and I'm back with another one. It has been a long time since I've played a game that has caused me to recant times of growing up and riding my bike in the city of Detroit, running down dirt hills and back streets, something that gave me the most nostalgic feeling of being a kid again. This game has done it for me. Lonely Mountain Downhill is an arcade action mountain bike simulator with some racing elements. The main objective of the game is to get to the bottom as fast as you can. But it's not that simple nor straightforward as it may seem. The game provides the ability to explore rocky mountain slopes and foggy forests on your journey to success. Even though this is a one-player game, the racing elements come into play by trying to beat your fastest time down the mountain. The star of the show is without a doubt the controls. They are tight, responsive, and fluent. The people at Thunderful Games really nailed the controls on this game. Each ride, no matter if I made it to the bottom or I failed miserably, and I mean miserably, felt like a brand new experience every time I started it up. The gameplay will challenge you. Now, let me just forewarn you. Man, you're gonna die a lot in this game, and I mean a lot. Lonely Mountain's unique art style would not blow you away by any stretch of the imagination, but I would have to admit that it fits the game perfectly. Other outlets reported a lot of issues dealing with the game running slower, stuttering, frame rate issues. I didn't have that issue only at the scenes where you had to ride the bike at night where you had to have the flashlight. That's the only scenes where I had issues of frame rate. Is it a deal breaker? Absolutely not. As you are listening to the game, the sound is top notch. It sounds like they went to Yellowstone Park, put a tape recorder out there and hit record. The sound is beautiful. It's immersive. It's majestic. The sound just pulls you right into the game. They did an excellent job on creating an atmosphere that puts you out there in the mountains riding a bike. It took me a long time to kind of find something, to say bad about this game. But I did find one thing that kind of irked me every now and then. And it's dealing with the camera view. Sometimes the view of the camera as it's following the rider, sometimes you have trees off into the distance, and those trees will come into play and it will block your vision as you're riding your bike down the mountain. And then before you know it, you then crash and have to restart the level again. So that is one little thing. You gotta really search and nitpicking, but man, you know what? This is a great game. It's just those little quirks that maybe they can do in the update. They can kind of figure those things out. But is it something major? Like I said before, no. The game is still a great game. We found the game to be more enjoyable playing on the Nintendo Switch Lite or using a Nintendo Switch Pro controller. When using the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, we found it to be a problem hitting the B button prematurely, causing the rider to crash. This is not the fault of the game, but it is due to the button placement of the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons. The buttons are just a little too close together. One last thing to consider is that I wish this game had some form of co-op multiplayer. Man, this game screams multiplayer. I was playing with my kids, and one thing my son said to me was like, "Daddy, I wish we all can play together." And I totally agree with him. Just imagine 4-player co-op on the screen together like GoldenEye, and you guys are all trying to get to the bottom, and everybody's going their own different paths and racing to the bottom. Man, this game would have been phenomenal in multiplayer. So Thunderfield, if you hear this message, man, please consider it. Download the content, or even your next Lonely Mountain 2. You know what, that aspect would have took this game to the stratospheres. So YouTube, what's my verdict? With the ability to upgrade your bike and your gear, the time trials, the challenges for each mountain, the unique experiences of each individual ride, competitive leaderboards, the exploration to find new ways to get yourself down the mountain, the immersive realistic sound, the incredible controls, Lonely Mountain checks the fun factor IQ test with flying colors. With an MSRP at $19.99, man, Lonely Mountain Downhill, man, provides a great bang for your buck. We give Lonely Mountain Downhill a 4.5 out of 5. A definitely must buy. At times, the game has proven itself to be incredibly difficult. It's like each mountain gave you the challenge of fighting an extremely hard boss, which each little challenge is like fighting little mini bosses. I'm telling you, man, this is a great game. For an action arcade bike simulator, man, Lonely Mountain Downhill is a pleasant surprise and a welcome addition to any Nintendo Switch owner's library.